My father is a doctor and he was in Kenya. I was born there. We were in a small village wherein nature was all around and everything was growing naturally. So the seed was sown there. When I graduated my medicine and cardiology, my father had already bought this place, and I was very keen of staying with them on the farm and practicing in the suburb. We started with our nursery and the garden. My father, Dr. Sardar Patel, was the source of inspiration for me, and whatever I am today is thanks to his blessings and his sharing of his ideas. When we started staying here in 80s, there were no lights, there were no telephones, there were no TVs. The family support was great, despite of all these odds. Every day there was a problem, small or big. But then we fell in love with the problems. We would say, anedo, let problems come, small or big. And that's how we grew and moved ahead. We used to have failures and we went on working on it. Initially we failed with all the fruits, like papaya we failed. Now we have 1,200 papaya. So patience really brought us what we are right now. I was sitting in the garden one day and I thought, why not have a nursery that would sustain the garden? We put thoughts together and then we made some plants from what we had. And that's how the nursery got created. The nursery now sustains employees and it has thousands of species of plants and it sustains the garden itself. And the bonus that we got was an environment. A lot of bees, birds nesting here, and that helped in the farm activity also. And it has reduced the temperature to 3 to 4 degrees around the house. Looking at green stimulates a hormone in the brain that cools you down, keeps you serene, makes you feel happy. And this nursery and the garden is completely grown in the organic practices, Maybe around 35 years back, my younger brother, he did a course in organic and biodynamic farming. Then I also went through that, and then that's how we declared the entire 150 acre of farm, made it organic. With nature's experience and perfection is much beyond our imagination and our thinking. First principle that we created was let others live and you live. So when we take care of others around us, then you are actually taken care of. If you see a tree, it gives unconditionally. It just gives. Why can't we be unconditional? What we consider pests, they are not pests, they are part of the family. Weeds also have a purpose. The certain insects, they complete their life cycle on certain type of these weeds, as we call it. They have a purpose and we usually do not resist here on this farm. So generally people resist and they put a lot of pesticides, certain types of herbicide in which damages the soil. It's consumed by us when we use the fruits or whatever vegetables. Everyone should have the right. In that space of freedom, we became unconditional, and that's how we could respect everyone as one. And at the background is the unconditional love. This is the mulch. All the dry leaves that fall from the tree is the mulch that normally people burn. Instead of throwing it or burning it, what we have been doing for last 15-20 years is we cover it, all the ground, such that this stays there and it's been eaten by earthworms, termites, and then converted into lovely manure. So termites also don't damage the plant because they get their food. Tilling happens because the earthworms go up and down, and that's how it is so beneficial. Nature is our religion. It teaches us everything. It gives us a lot of positive aura. It gives us a lot of trust. I trusted myself and the nature around. What we learned from nature was being fearless, courageous, and that's how, being a doctor, this all became possible. I made a study of about 1,000 patients in which I realized if the mind is healthy, the body is healthy. I called it the art of practicing medicine without medicine. So what we created a live hedge all around of bougainvillea, which created a microclimate inside, which is very important for plants. So when its temperature is steady and the microclimate is created, all the plants do well. A lot of bees come and pollinate all our flowers and our seeds, thus increase the yield by about 10 to 15%. This hedge also prevented a lot of wind from outside, pesticide sprays our neighboring farmers would do. We have about 60 species of birds. That's how we get so much of lovely micronutrient manure. Most of the birds are non-vegetarian. So there are 10% who actually damage the plants. There is a real nice balance which happens. We have a family of trillions. They are the earthworms, the microbes, the macrobes, the shrubs, the crops, the trees, the animals and the human. So each one has a role. In the paddy fields, we have snails that come in this season. They finish their cycles and they left their shells, which are calcium and phosphorus and all that, back into the field. Look at the entire thing as a whole. We start looking at others, All our employees come, they are, my family. We crack jokes, we play music in the field, we work together, and by evening also they are smiling and happy. There's no force, there's no manager, there's no boss. There's a lot of space and there's a lot of freedom given to them. And thus they become leaders. Giving them a lot of space and freedom, they became experts in each field, so they can handle everything. As this has been declared by the government of Gujarat, a model farm. About more than 50 lakh farmers would have come here. A lot of crops that we grow on the farm. Normally, farmer sells them into the market and the middleman decides about the rate of the product. Here is a farmer who grows, who cleans, who grades, who value adds, does packaging and marketing from one place. So we have a shop here. People come and buy from here or we send them across the country. This would be a message to a lot of farmers that just growing is not enough. All these products that we have on the shelf, the prices are decided by us. Your key should be in your hand rather than the middleman. The main idea and intention is to make a difference in the community. Whether it could be human or it could be the plant or it could be the insect world, everywhere. A group of 200 farmers came from Nasik about 15 years back. So this farmer, he came back after about 5 years. He said, no, I want to, thank you for, we got transformed 5 years back and now we have a group of 200 farmers there and we are now created shops in Bombay, Nasik and Pune. These are things that are getting passed on to so many and that is our main intention, making a difference in the community. Over a period of time, when I could see that this farm is sustainable, I felt at one stage, why not create 50 lakh farmers and transform their lives into making something like this, which now has already transformed so many farmers, including the professors of the University of Agriculture. They are the leaders who would transform many more. If I want to share this not only to my children, to others all around, let's create a wonderful ecosystem in which everyone would live happily and healthily, the mind and the body, contented,